What is up, YouTube? It's back. Uh, I'm back. It's Rahul, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rahul Reddy. You may know me as Rahul Reddy. Today, we're going to be doing another post-rotation deck profile. Rotation is tomorrow, so make sure all your standard decks are up to date because all those tag team cards, all those, everything that you enjoyed from Team Up until Sword and Shield is gone starting tomorrow. The 10th of September, if you're watching this and you don't know when tomorrow is, but tomorrow never actually comes because today is all that there is. So we're going to look at Zacian. Now that, okay, that's not even Zacian. Now that we are here and I'm being profound, Zacian V is a card that is pretty broken in the post-rotation format because it has one of the best abilities in the game, Intrepid Sword. Once during your turn, you may look at the top 3 cards of your deck, attach any metal energy cards you find there, attach to this Pokemon. Put the other cards into your hand. That's crazy. That's crazy at any stage in the game. Going first, going second, turn 1, turn 2, turn 17. It's crazy in every stage of the game. For 3 metals, 230 damage. That is a little bit of a downside that you need 3 metals, but Brave Blade does do 230, which trades really well into every other V Pokemon. And you can 2-shot pretty much any VMAX Pokemon. So you're trading 2 for 3 on that. And then Zamazenta V has Dauntless Shield, which prevents all damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from your opponent's Pokemon VMAX. It does do 130, but that doesn't really matter because you are a safeguard against VMAXs. You play 2 copies of Oranguru to put the energies back on top, to use Primate Wisdom, put the energy back on top, use Zacian to get the energy. Then we have Crobat to do Dark Asset and draw cards. Deck is very straightforward. This is just cutting out the Inteleon engine and making it as many 4-ofs down the line as we can, just making it as consistent, as just straightforward as possible. 4 Metal Saucer, 4 Quick Ball, 4 Rotom Phone. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose one of them, shuffle the other cards back in your deck, put that card you chose on top of your deck. Now, Rotom Phone can act as a supporter to grab with Primate Wisdom. It can act as an energy that we can accelerate with Intrepid Sword. Yeah, etc., etc. It's basically like a little bit of an extra dig in for like a boss or something. This Rotom Phones can also just be Poke Gear if we're just looking for bosses or play Bird Keepers, etc. 4 Switch, 1 Scrapper because I think Scrapper needs to be played in the post-rotation format. I don't think there's any ifs, ands, or buts about it. I think Scrapper is absolutely broken and you need it, or a Jammer, but in a deck like this, Scrapper just seems better. 4 Crystal Cave, the healing effect is pretty nuts. Especially paired with these Cape of Toughnesses that give these 230, 220 HP guys 50 more HP, which is kind of crazy. We're basically VMAXs. 4 Boss's Orders, 4 Marnie, 4 Research, as consistent as I can get it. Down the line, 3 Air Balloon, and 12 Metal Energy, which means our Intrepid Swords should be hitting pretty frequently. I don't think there is a... Wait, why am I still expanded? Hello? I don't think there's a world where we should be whiffing some of these attacks. Let's jump into a game and see how the deck works. I personally think it's Zacian as a attacker is a very strong attacker, especially considering that Ice Rider is one of the best decks. You trade favorably into Shadow Rider. Urshifu is a little bit suspect, but with the Crystal Cave Stadium and the Cape of Toughnesses, you get a lot of extra flexibility and time to play the game. Now, this hand is not ideal by any means. And based on what I'm up against, I could either get the Zamazenta and just Intrepid Sword, or I can just Intrepid Sword anyway. We're up against Rapid Strike Malamar, which is not a great matchup. Path to the Peak on turn 1. So we are already in a very tough spot here. Why is this guy playing Path to the Peak and Rapid Strike Malamar? I don't know. I thought this deck plays Tower of Waters. You have a good deck. You can mute yourself. Fog Crystal. Don't really know why. Why is this card in here? Mewtwo. Of course, I'm up against a pre-rotation deck, playing pre-rotation cards. One last day, guys. One last day of this, and then starting tomorrow, we will never have to deal with this again. Nice. That was a perfect top deck. Could not have asked for better. We're going to go ahead and get this. We're going to go ahead and saucer to it. We're going to go ahead and quick ball another time. Grab ourselves a monkey. Put the monkey down. And I don't want to preserve the switch in this hand, so I'm just going to go ahead and research. We were just going to be looking for a stadium here. We don't hit anything, which is a little bit unfortunate. So we can just go ahead and attach back here. Primate Wisdom the Marnie, making sure I have a supporter for next turn. There's a balloon. We can go ahead and attach that. And I'm going to pass. Now that stadium does really hurt. If we had the ability to Intrepid Sword there, we almost certainly, I mean, we certainly get this guy ready to go with the Intrepid Sword. And then that means we can get attachment onto this guy for the upcoming turn, meaning we get 2 Zacians set up potentially in 3 turns. And at that point, it's really, really scary for any VMAX deck to even face down. I could even have gotten, you know, with the Rotom Phone, with the supporter, potentially a Zacian set up on the following turn as well, just with the Saucer and stuff in my hand. So I don't even want to Marnie my opponent right now. Let's Rotom Phone, see what we have available to us. There is a Research. We're going to take that if we can. We're going to put the Saucer back on top. Give ourselves that option. Now this is really, really clean, obviously. We're just going to Saucer, Research, draw our 7. Absolutely perfect. Go ahead and Saucer here. Let's Rotom Phone. I want to see what I get off the top. I don't think anything is really that great. There's the Crystal Cave. I'm going to put that on top. This Inkay goes down. Our opponent loses their attacker. Even if they're playing this one prize deck with a bunch of just bad cards. Like, why are these cards in your deck? I don't understand it. Some people, when they get to deck building, get really fancy for no reason. This deck is a prime example of why you don't need to get too fancy. You can just play 4 ofs across the board, and the deck will kind of work. Nice. They have pulled up our Oranguru for us, so we do have the switch into the boss, into the kick out the Octillery, which guts their engine at its core, because they probably have to grab a Korean's Focus here. Draw like 2 cards. Nope, just grabbing an Inkay. I don't even mind like that they grabbed an Inkay here, because we know their hand is like uber dead. They're rotting. They probably have a Koreana's in their hand. Oh no, they already bossed, so they can't even Koreana's until next turn. So based on that logic, I'm just going to go ahead and go switch boss, attach, and just put them in a spot that they don't want to be in. And we're going to hold the Crystal Cave for another turn just because I don't need to play it yet. So we're going to go ahead and put the Oranguru on top, draw ourselves a card. It's a Rotom Phone. I don't really care about the card on top. So there's a Research. We're going to put that on top. And then we're going to go ahead and Brave Blade. Now, Bird Keeper is probably the only other supporter that I would want in a deck like this, because if we're going to be just zooming through our deck, having a card like Bird Keeper makes it really easy to pivot out of the active. But with 4 Cape of Toughnesses, Tough Nigh, I don't know, it just makes it tough to, lol pun, it makes it hard to just kind of get where I need to be. And there's the victory. My opponent was playing a pre-rotation deck, which, I mean, again, dude, you got 1 day. Get it out of your system. Get your kicks. I don't understand why anyone is playing their pre-rotation decks on ladder right now. Yeah, I don't know. It's just baffling to me. Grass type deck, which means probably something like Leafeon. It could still be Rillaboom, Rowegg, if I'm still playing up against pre-rotation decks. We got the Zacian opener. Our hand is really, really good, actually. We have the Primate Wisdom to put an energy back on top, guarantee the turn 2 sword effectively. We're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to go ahead. Very, very simple turn. Very, very simple turn going first. Can also Cape here and Intrepid Sword. We got 1 energy. That's all we need. Perfect, right? Turn 2. We're now threatening a 230 damage Brave Blade on anything. We have a boss in hand. If we top deck an energy, we have a Primate Wisdom to even dig a little bit deeper for an energy card. There's 10 more energy in the deck, so this shouldn't even be difficult. Yeah, I mean, it's just really, 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 really good. Like, we're just in a really, really good spot. Then that's that. Like, I don't know how else to put it. That's the deck. I mean, I can't stress enough how strong Zacian's Brave Blade is coming in to doing 230 damage like almost every single turn too. Zacian's crazy. The deck is crazy. It doesn't have the Intelligent Engine backing it, so you can't play fancy cards like I was in the other list. But this list is way more cut and dry, straightforward. If you guys are enjoying the content, subscribe, like, hit that bell so you know when I go live or next video comes up. That tomorrow will mark the end of my 2 weeks of content in a row. So we'll be back to our Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. And I hope you guys don't mind that. And if there's any off-day content, stuff you guys want me to do, VOD reviews of old matches, history of the game, that kind of stuff, leave it in the comments below. I will try to accommodate it as best as I can. And until next video, I'm Rahul. See you guys later.